Hey there, Scorpio. It's Bridget with Native Touch Tarot. Welcome or welcome back. We're jumping right into the fun stuff today. So we're starting off this week with a message from the universe, then tarot, then wrapping everything up with a soul truth card. And these readings are going out on November 3rd. So that is when this reading starts. Your message. If you find yourself constantly seeing recurring numbers or words, it's a sign that you are being supported, cared for, and divinely protected by the universe. Beautiful things are about to happen to you. And if you do enjoy this type of content on YouTube, I'd love it if you'd hit that subscribe button. It costs you nothing, but means the world to me. So Spirit Guides, come hang out with Scorpio and myself for this reading. Please guide my hands and my heart so that we can have a little fun. Your first card, Ten of Cups. Someone's in a good mood. And the Nine of Swords. Card. The Sun card. With the Five of Swords. Five of Wands. With the World. The Magician. With the Empress. Okay. Let's talk. 10 of Cups. This is emotional fulfillment and happiness. The nice thing about the 10 of Cups, though, is that it brings your family into the fold as well. So not only are you happy with everything going on in your life, your family's backing you up. They're just as tickled pink as you are. So the 10 of Cups, it really is about living your best emotional life. Okay, so these are blessings upon blessings being handed to you. And that's a good thing because we also have the Nine of Swords here. The Nine of Swords is a card of anxiety. Okay, this is a card of overthinking. You are worried, you are full of grief, you are overwhelmed, okay? This is a card of anguish. But the problem is with the Nine of Swords is that you're in a loop, okay? So the Nine of Swords is telling me that, yeah, you may have had a bad day, but you're constantly playing what's making you crazy over and over and over in your head. You're probably trying to make it make sense. Replaying it, though, is only gonna make you crazy. So let's see where this energy is going. Why do we have the 10 of Cups and the Nine of Swords here for Scorpio this week? Five of Pentacles. Okay. So you're a little worried about something because there is a temporary hardship that you've been working through. Okay, the Five of Pentacles is a card of hardship, rejection. This could be an economic setback. So, or this could be talking about your physical being. Are you not paying attention to your body the way you should? Okay, so there's something going on. It kind of feels like a temporary financial situation, but please listen to the words, temporary. Okay, so we're coming from a place of the whole family's happy, but there's something inside you, Scorpio, that you're replaying over and over, and it's gotta stop. Okay, we have to stop that constant loop, because if we don't, we're gonna stretch that temporary part of the hardship out a lot longer than it needs to be. What you're going through is only temporary. Let's move on to position 2. So we have the Sun. Again, happiness. So we're starting off with the 10 of Cups, extreme happiness, the Sun, extreme optimism. I mean, if we could go through a dictionary and pick out all the synonyms for happiness, that is the Sun. But now we're back to thinking again. Scorpio, it feels as though you really just have to get out of your head. The Five of Swords is a card of defeat. This is a card of conflict. This is a card that it's a card of loss. So why do we have the Sun card here? Again, an incredibly happy card. And the Five of Swords here. Why do we feel defeated? The Eight of Cups. Because, my dear Scorpio, you are trying so hard to hang on to something that's not necessarily yours. It's no longer serving you. Okay, the Eight of Cups is telling me it's time to walk. It's time to walk away from what no longer serves you. You need to move on, possibly abandon ideas. I don't want to say people because that seems very harsh, but there's something you have to put to bed. There's something you need to walk away from in order for you to find your next, I don't want to say goal, but the start of your next chapter. But again, we are starting with extreme happiness, but we're feeling defeated. So there's something eating at you, and there's something you have to let go. It's creating anxiety, and it's making you feel defeated. And the Eight of Cups is saying, it's time to walk. It is time to realize the past is in the past, and that's where it has to stay. Let's move on to position 3. This is our advice from Spirit. And we are starting off with the Five of Wands, okay? The Five of Wands is another card of conflict. But this one's a little bit different, okay? This one is more along the lines of rivalry, competition, or nothing really seems to be going smoothly, okay? It's not necessarily you feeling beat up and defeated and like you're a doormat, but more like you're competing with someone you don't want to necessarily compete with. Who's your rival? Whose ego are you beating up right now? That's this energy. You hurt someone's ego. And that's why the Five of Wands is here. Because then we have the World. The World is all about reaching goals, okay? So why do we have the Five of Wands and the World here for Scorpio? Because we have the Lovers card. Now the Lovers card could just mean you have found your soulmate. I don't think that's where this one's going. I feel the soulmate thing is more of a Two of Cups energy, because the Lovers card is all about making a major decision. So if we have rivalry going on, competition, clashing egos, you hurt someone's feelings. But we also have the World card saying, we reached a goal. We were very successful in reaching that goal. The Lovers card is here to say, yeah, now it's time you have to make a decision, okay? Only you can tell me what that decision is. What is eating at you? Because this is going to be a big decision. Picking your spouse, huge decision. Probably one of the biggest you're ever going to make. This is going to be a big decision, but you have to make it. So I believe what the World card is telling us is, yes, you were successful. You achieved the end goal. You achieved what you wanted to. But with every ending comes a beginning. So you might have to make a major decision on which path you're going to take to start your next chapter. Because we're wrapping everything up with the Magician and the Empress. So the outcome for the week, once you get out of your own head and decide what to walk from and decide what path you're going to choose forward, The Magician is here to back you up and say, you know what? You already have all the tools in your tool belt, silly. You are the Magician. You can take, a sword and a cup and turn it into the life of your dreams. You're the Magician. But we also have the Empress here. And the Empress is all about nurturing love. She's harmony. She's healing. But in this case, I really think she's trying to tap into the fertile side of the Empress, okay? This card comes out when people are becoming parents for the first time. You're giving birth, you're raising your child, because the Empress really is a mother figure. But we have to remember how many things can be considered fertile in the world. I'm not saying you're gonna have a baby, I'm not saying you're not, but what I'm saying is that you can give birth to a new idea. You can give birth to a new business. There's lots of things that come from our creativity that we could use the term, I gave birth to that. I created that. I started that from scratch and built it up from the bottom. That's how this energy feels right now. So you're being told that you're the Magician. You can do whatever you want with the tools in your tool belt. You already know how to. But the Empress is here to say, slide over, let me drive a second, because I'm going to help you give birth to the most amazing life you could possibly ever want, Scorpio. Let's grab our clarifying card. Spirit guides, why do we have the Magician and the Empress here? The Wheel of Fortune. Get out of your head, Scorpio. Get out of your head, please. The faster you get out, the faster we're going to get through this little phase you're going through, because the Magician, the Empress, and the Wheel of Fortune are all serious energy. They are all major arcana cards, okay? This type of energy, yeah, you don't deny this kind of energy. So you're being gifted the opportunity to change anything you want in life. The Empress is here to tell you, I'm going to help you get to your end goal, but it's going to be in a loving, harmonious, healing kind of way. And that combination is now turning your Wheel of Fortune. That combination is now turning luck, so it's on your side, Scorpio. I love how this week is wrapping up for you. Let's grab our soul truth and really wrap this up. Spirit guides, which card for Scorpio? That's the one. Does my life have room for more pleasure and play? And I think once you get out of your head, that's going to be a resounding yes. Have more fun. So, in what area are you lacking pleasure right now? Maybe in certain relationships or with work? Is it possible to shift the seriousness of life to experiencing a more creative, wild, and playful side of you? Your homework. What would happen if you added more play and laughter into your life? What area is lacking this right now? Take the time to play. Let go of any need to produce anything. There you have it, Scorpio. So if any of this resonated, I would love a like, share, or follow. And according to the YouTube gods, sharing is caring. That seems to be the most helpful action, besides subscribing, you could make to help me grow this channel. So thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you next week for your reading. And Scorpio, make it a good one.